Hi everyone, welcome to Two Women Talking. I'm Sarah, this is Natalie, and today's subject I should say, is 3 tips on how to get out ahead of overwhelm. So first of all, I'll just say what our mission is with Two Women Talking. Our mission is to nourish women, to help them to keep life simple. And first of all, Nat, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'd love to. So I am a mother of 3 amazing young adults. And I also am the founder of a company called Create a Beautiful Life Destination Retreats, as well as I have a background as a certified personal trainer. And to find out more about me and sign up for my daily Beautiful Life mantra, just go to my website, which is my name, nataliestratton.com.
Wonderful. And I'm Sarah DeCiccio. I'm a wife and mother of 2 young kids. I'm a certified holistic health coach. And my specialty or my jam, and the thing I love doing most is helping people to lose weight and also helping them to figure out food allergies, food sensitivities, and food intolerances. So if you would like more healthy tips and tricks or to learn more about me, you can head over to my website at www.findingyourwellspot.com. So Nat, as women, I always feel overwhelmed, probably at least, 2 or 3 times a week. So 3 tips on how to overcome that. So what's your first tip?
Well, let me just add before I get into the actual meat of the tips is I heard a quote by Marie Forleo a couple of years ago, and it just really hit me kind of like boom right here, because it's something that I was quite familiar with doing it. And it kind of set me back when she said it. And her little quote was, "Multitasking makes you stupid."
Oh, I've heard like similar quotes that way. It's
Yeah, and it's true. It's absolutely true. It actually makes you crazy and stupid, but in my opinion. But anyways, take it as you will. So that kind of woke me up to observing and spying on myself as to where my multitasking. And I do it a lot. I think women, we tend to do that being moms. Some of us with small kids, you learn to have to juggle so much at the same time. And so things happen when we go into overwhelm. I'm definitely famous for trying to do too much in a short span with being a single mom of 3 kids. So I really think I'm pre-qualified to talk about this subject, raising 3 kids on my own with a full-time job, running a business on the side, and I'm still alive to talk about it. A few more gray hairs than I'd like and maybe wrinkles, but that's okay. I'm proud of them. So the best tip I find when I'm in overwhelm, not the best, so there's 3 best tips, but the number one thing that I tend to go to now is I go general. Because usually when I'm in overwhelm, I'm being way too specific. So I'm in why things won't work. I'm, overwhelmed. There's so much coming at me. In fact, overwhelm creates a shutdown. So it's important to recognize before you go into overwhelm that you're maybe getting too bogged down or too specific about something. So go general. So instead of looking at my messy house and looking at the kitchen and there's pots and pans and I've got 3 things of laundry to fold. And I know you were talking about that earlier today about your house. And I was getting overwhelmed listening to you. And I thought, oh my God, it's true. Instead of going general to you go more specific, and then it creates more overwhelm. So what I'm suggesting is do this. Instead of looking at the laundry and looking at the dishes and looking at the dirty floor and looking at the tracks that the kids just brought in, say to yourself, wow, look at my home. I am so blessed to live in this incredible home. And you see how you start to play with your state, because that's what we're talking about. This is energy. We're all energy. You got to get into the right state. So going general is very important. I've learned that from Abraham, that law of attraction. As soon as you get into overwhelm, go general, and boom, it'll pop you back out. So let me know how that works for you, everybody.
It does work, actually, because I always know that about your states. So even with my daughter, when I was struggling with her attitude, if anyone has young girls, like when she would just freak out, instead of her letting her have a meltdown, sometimes I would just grab her hands and I'd be like, okay, we're changing our state right now. And we would just jump up and down, or we would start dancing, just to change her state, to get out of like whatever is setting her off. And then we would discuss it. Then she was able to like listen to what I was trying to tell her. Like, no, this is inappropriate, because she's a bit more, she's in a different state. So she's willing to accept what I'm going to tell her, rather than like lose my ever loving mind on her, telling her how bad or what she's doing, right? So we always do that. My kids and I consciously do that sometimes, and it works for me because I'm in a state of anger where I'm like ready to rip her head off. So it's good for both of us that we're jumping up and down or doing something to be like, okay, we need to change our state because we're not in a good state right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so what you did is you took the focus off of what wasn't working and you started dancing. You just kind of shook it off. So you went general. You just actually just boom, you just blew it right up instead of staying in the story, staying in there's too much to do. I'm never going to have enough time. This is never going to change. Whatever the stories and the beliefs that start, entering in as a result of what you're observing. So, the laundry, the house, and just all the emails and blah, 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 blah.
Right. Okay. What's the second tip?
Language. The power of language. So I learned this one the other day and love, and I've been implementing it. And so when I'm up working, because I work from home, and I'll be up in my home office, and I have a beautiful home office, as you can see, that like it's in the great room. I have this amazing big window. I look outside, like I'm so blessed. And often when I'm really, because I can get very focused, I kind of don't want to go make dinner. Like it's like, oh, I gotta go. I got 2 boys at home still. All of that, or if the kitchen's messy, whatever. So what I say now to myself is I'm ready to go make dinner. It's not I have to go make dinner. I'm ready to go make dinner. Same with the gym. Not totally over, it's minus 21 right now, lots of snow in the driveway. I've made a commitment to go to the gym. So instead of saying, oh, I have to go to the gym, it's like, I'm ready to go to the gym. And it's just, and again, back to state, the change of state. So language. So catch yourself saying things that don't serve you. Really get in the habit. And I would suggest getting a really close girlfriend to buy into helping each other hear each other. Okay, so, I can't, I shouldn't, I should, I call that shooting on yourself. I have to, all of those kind of things that don't feel great. Get in the habit of encouraging each other to change your language. Reframe that. I know you and I do that a lot.
We do. And you know what? I used to hate it. But honestly, it's one of the greatest gifts that you've given me because it does make me think differently now, where I catch myself like, oh, no, I can't talk to myself like that. That's not right. It's not serving me. And I catch a lot of other people doing it now where I'm like, well, that wasn't very nice to say. Maybe you should reframe that. And they're kind of like, what are you talking about? But it's true. Like it changes your state as well, I think, and the way you view things, like perspective. And it's great even for kids to learn that too at a young age.
Yeah. So for instance, the word hate, that's a very powerful word. And I often, my son said it the other night actually, and I didn't say anything for whatever reason, but I'm constantly hearing different people saying different words that I know don't serve them. I know I do it too. I mean, I'm no different, but I think that over the years of practicing spine on myself, I hear it more often just because I'm conscious of how it makes me feel. So that's really important. Language. And then number 3 is make a success list. So instead of a to-do list, just here back to language, what are the 3 successes that I'm going to create today? And write them down at the top. And that will help with overwhelm, because when you take care of your priorities, the things that really don't matter tend to fall away. So just having that habit of getting up in the morning and saying, okay, what are the 3 top things I want to do to succeed today? Whatever those are, whether that is vacuuming and getting the laundry folded so that you feel good, kind of eat your frog before noon. That's another expression I've picked up, is just get it done, but get those top 3 things done so you set yourself up for feeling successful in your day. It's like making your bed first thing in the morning is a powerful tool as well, because there's something about completing something. Boom, right up, you get up, you make your bed, you feel like it's just, you go to bed at night. There's just an energetic exchange that happens. So, success list, whatever those top 3 things are for you, get them done as soon as you can.
That's so true, because I know when I eat my frog before noon, like you said, that's what I've been practicing too a few times. You do feel like you have a way more successful day. You even end up getting more done, I feel, because that energy, like you were talking about, it just keeps rolling through your day. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if I don't get to the gym in the morning,
yeah,
typically I don't. I lie to myself. I pretend not to know, I call it. And it's like, yeah, I'm on to myself now. So it's like, I'm ready to go to the gym. Okay, I got to shovel a driveway, warm up a cold car. But boy, does it ever feel good when I keep my word and I roll in home and I got my coffee to make and sit down in my home office and get to work and the sun shining. It's just happier day.
absolutely. Well, thank you, Nat. Those were great tips, because as women, especially, I find in today's world too, we get overwhelmed so easily, and most of us don't want to talk about it. Or if we do talk about it, we're all kind of like feeding off each other that energy that, yes, we're all overwhelmed and tired. So this is great to kind of give us some tips to get ahead of that so we don't get into that state. So thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. And one just last thought. When you're in overwhelm, recognize that you have choice, because overwhelm is self-imposed. There's nobody out there going, I'm going to overwhelm her today. I'm going to drive her a little crazy by over. So it's self-imposed. So I think that's the other key, is when you realize you have choice, you can go general, work on your language, change your language, reframe it, catch yourself. And I often snap my fingers when I hear myself say something. I'll just snap. There's a body connection. And then make a success list. Get those 3 key things done so you feel good about your day right off the bat. So yeah, thanks, Sarah.